Welcome back, YouTube. Tom Covenant giving you his verdict on Nihils. And should you be doing Nihils either for Slayer or for just basic combat training? I'm not even going to wait till the end of this video. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not doing it, you're a moron. Because quite frankly, Nihils are an easy boss. They're good money. What more do I need to say? So we'll crack into the setup and then we'll go and have a look at the kill. But a couple of bits and pieces I'm going to give away to you up front is you're going to only be able to do Nihils for combat after you've completed Fate of the Gods. So you're going to a number of quest requirements before you can get there. But once you've got that, you will be able to go back and refight these bosses. And if you want to do them for Slayer, you're going to need to spend 50 Slayer points to unlock that as an option for the top tier Slayer Masters to allocate that as a task, but well worth doing. So with the Nihils, you will have seen, obviously it's quite frenetic when you're actually in the quest. It's a little bit painful. It's a lot easier once you're outside and you're just doing it for combat. But you've got one requirement: you must make sure you equip the Shard of Zaros. If you do not, every single monster within inside the pit will be very aggressive and will come at you, bruh. Apart from that, the setup is pretty simplistic. I mean, obviously I'm going with a completionist cape because I have, but anything will do. 99 cape, fine. I'm going with Blood Amulet of Fury, but literally in that spot, anything you feel comfortable with. You can go with Amulet of Souls, you can go with Reaper Necklace, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. I'm carrying Luck of the Dwarves because obviously you carry it everywhere if you're bossing, because you might get a Hazel Beer. Apart from that, I'm rocking Pernix, but you can go in there with anything you like, but personally I don't want anything that's going to degrade, so I go in with this. You might want to go in, you know, maybe you got the tier 85, the Zamorak God Wars 2 dungeon armor. I mean, I'm rocking a corrupted Slayer helm, for God's sake. This is how much I hold these bosses in contempt. I've got Tawenian Quiver 4, just for the prayer bonus, and I've got a Seren God Bow, but anything will do. You can go in there with Ascensions, you can go in there with an Oxbow, whatever, it's fine. They're really simplistic. As regards to what I have in my inventory, I'm just carrying the Enhanced Excalibur. I'm taking a 6H circuit to get there. I'm taking just one overload. Overloads are a must. And a couple of super restore flasks. The reason why these are important is I'll be coming on to the stats. So, you have 4 different types of Nihil that you can fight in the pit. The first one we'll talk about is the Blood Nihil. We've also got the Ice Nihil, a Shadow Nihil, and a Smoke Nihil. Now, the difference between the 4 of those is with the Blood Nihil, well, you've got to remember all of the Nihils are kind of mimicking a certain phase from Nex, because they're basically just like miniature versions of Nex. So the Blood Nihil does the Blood Barrage phase, right? This means that if it hits its special attack, step away, do not attack it, because if you do, all that's going to happen is that you're going to turn around and start replenishing its health, and you're going to have to start all over again. So keep on attacking it down, although it's got quite high defense. Keep attacking it down, and as soon as you see it go hiss, step away, stop fighting. In fact, actually, turn Auto Retaliate off. I'm just doing it there right now. Auto Retaliate off. Next one is the Ice Nihil, which has a special attack of Ice Barrage. Right, so it will freeze you if it gets to the hiss point. But in the meantime, it will drain your prayer like a son of a bitch. So avoid them, right? There's no point in doing those. They haven't got any other special drop that's you know, that you can't get anywhere else. They're just not worth doing. Right, then we got the Shadow Nihil, right? The Shadow Nihil has a special attack, which is the Shadow Barrage, which means it will hit you 500 over 3 ticks, right? So you'll just get 500 tick, 500 tick, 500 tick, right? But I can tell you now, it'll be dead before you can get there. And then the last one is the Smoke Nihil, which will give you Smoke Barrage, and that will drain your combat stats, hence why you need to have an Overload, because that will negate that problem. And ultimately, I would say because of that, Smoke Nihils are probably the easiest. So with those things to take into consideration, let's get down into a fight and let's go through each of the Nihils just to show you exactly how easy this boss is. So using the telly straight to the world gate, I'm going to get to the world gate and I'm going to click on the world gate, and then I'm going to select the pit, which should be option 3. Once I've done that, I'm going to run into the middle of the room and it's going to give me a pop-up and it's asked me whether I want to replay the quest or whether I want to do this for combat or none of the above. Note respawn for Slayer or combat. Drink my Overload and then I go straight into a kill. So this is the smoke. And we're just going to go through the DPS rotation. This is going literally from straight off. Didn't even get to his special, and there we go. He's done. Right, okay. So let's have a look at the blood. Blood's coming nice and close, but I've got a couple of thresholds. Let's see if I can get that done. Use Corruption Shot as much as possible because, quite frankly, you can see they're all running around, and as soon as one of them passes, they then start getting hit by the proc of Corruption Shot. Alright, here we go. Hiss, I've got to get away because he's already starting to heal from those last couple of shots I've done him with. And I've got to wait for that to finish. He'll come to attack me, which is when I know he's ready to be attacked again and start taking damage. And there we go, he is down and we get some elder energy. Great. Right, okay, last but not least is our good friend the Ice Nihil, who is a pain in the absolute arse. And we'll watch now as my prayer just starts to drain. Already gone down. If I don't get it down quick enough, look, 300 it's gone down by already. It's just not even worth mentioning how bad that is. Right, what we got here, 8 Onyx Bolts, and then we got an Icene Feather, right? So that is the secondary that is required to make the pouches, and that's what we're looking for. This is where you're going to make your money, right? Is from these secondary drops. Right, last but not least, we're going to have a crack at the Shadow Nihil, and this one, you want to get in close, right? The closer you are, the better. The DPS will be insane the closer you are. So I'm just running on with a rapid fire and he's already down. Rapid fire instantly, 30k straight down. So what we're looking for, as it's just seen, we've got the Icene Feather from the Ice Nihil. We're looking for Aviancy Talons from the Smoke Nihil. We're going to be looking for Vampire Fangs from the Blood Nihil. And we're going to be looking for a Demon Horn from the Shadow Nihil. So again, I'm going to attack one of these. I'm going to get in close because I want to make sure I can get the deeps. I'm going to hit off a rapid fire and that should bring him down quite quickly. At the very, very top end, if you are incredibly lucky with secondary drops, you're probably looking at around about 6 million an hour. But I can tell you now, an average, and in my mind quite a poor run for me, but an average is around about 3 million GP an hour, just doing this incredibly easy boss. So if you're not doing Nihils, you should be doing Nihils because they are awesome.